Way back in October 2018, Rocket League YouTuber Sunless Khan released a video that involved him pretending to be a new player and hiring a coach on Fiverr. You may be familiar with the more recent version that involves him and Mertzy doing it again. Well, today we're going to turn that idea on its head. In this video, I'm going to be setting up a prank that involves a low-level player posing as a Grand Champion ranked Rocket League coach. Will they be able to come up with enough cliché advice to deflect from their obvious low-level skills? Or will the deception be easy to spot? Well, you can make your guess right now by clicking the right-hand corner of the screen. As I was setting this up, it became obvious that I was not going to be able to play this role myself. Yes, for the first time ever in my Rocket League YouTube career, this was something I was actually too good for. So I set out to find the perfect candidate. He had to be well-spoken and comfortable under pressure in order to play this role. He had to have some Rocket League knowledge, but also still be a lower-level player. Eventually, I settled on T-Now, the commissioner of the Indie Gaming League. T-Now is well-versed in Rocket League and regularly casts matches of all ranks. And T-Now is also a Platinum-level player. Next, in cooperation with the professional coaching site Gamers Ready, I created a fake coaching profile that was similar to the ones used by dozens of their current Rocket League coaches. And thus, Michael Carson was born, complete with a realistic backstory and some convincing reviews. Armed with a professional coaching profile and a GC alt account I borrowed from a friend, I was ready to find my victim. Which brings me to Krager, or Takeout32 if you want to go by his gamer tag. Krager is a high diamond to C1 player that is also one of my Patreons. But personally, I selected Krager because he's a good-natured guy that seems like someone who would laugh rather than rage when he found out the prank. And because of that, I felt a little dirty as I explained to him I was making a video about the effects of professional coaching and needed someone else besides myself to be the student. I sent him the coaching profile to look at, and he didn't suspect a thing. We were ready to go. The coaching session had 3 stages: a little meet and greet in a private match, a game of 3s that I tagged along for, and finally some 2s where Coach Mike and Krager would be left alone. At the end, the plan is to interview Krager about his opinions of the coach and the coaching. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I just set goal on automatic reset. So this isn't really time for us to play. I think Mike just wants to I know I asked you to kind of come if you had any questions or maybe a goal that you'd like to get out of a coaching session.
Just to be a better overall. I mean, more offensively, I'd say. I've always been more like a defensive player. So mostly staying back in the rotations, more of like a setup guy as opposed to go out and score it kind of person. So I feel like my offensive game lacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
just
offense. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go
offense. Offense, aerials and other stuff like that.
So he's not really good on the ground, and he's not good on the air, and he's not good on the walls. So basically, those 3 problem areas is what he'd like to focus on.
Yeah.
He's good in the menus, he's the garage. He can make some nice cars.
Yeah,
awesome.
Other than that,
I think Sledge was showing you my profile a little bit there before we started.
Yeah, I just took a little bit of a gander before we started this.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you saw on there, but kind of I like playing with the people that I'm coaching. I think it's good to try to work on stuff in a real time environment, especially for something like what you're looking for. With wanting to improve your offense, we can kind of place an emphasis on trying to make sure that you're the person who's going for the shots, who we can try to be the center point of the offense, and see if we can get you playing a little bit more aggressive here. And honestly, that makes my job a little bit easier if you want to focus on offense, because I can always just be like, hey, go for it, try this, here's what you should do here. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, now we're going to move along into some highlights from our 3s match, where I'm going to be showing you Coach Mike's perspective of the game. Also note that I'm using the alias Teammate in this match, and remember, Takeout32 is Krager. Okay, Mike, you have GC title on your alt too?
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it?
It was season 9, season 10, I was kind of feeling like it was a good time to try to get this on the alt as well here.
All right, right on. So I don't want to take over from your coaching here. I just wanted to ask one more question. Do you have to approach coaching in 3s a lot different than 2s? Do you look for different mistakes or what? How's that?
Well, yeah, 3s. I kind of tend to try to focus on the rotations of that game, which is great that, oh man, I need to be paying attention here. It's great that Krager is already kind of a defensive-minded player, right? Twos, in my opinion, just much more about the constant pressure and being able to make sure that you keep, oh, I didn't have any boost, making sure that you are able to, keep the pressure on your opponents.
Right.
Yeah.
How we doing so far?
We're doing all right. I need to lock it in a little bit here more, boys. I was kind of focusing on chatting a bit about the coaching and whatnot, but you're wanting to improve a little bit, and hopefully these coaching sessions can help you some. But do you have any goals as far as where you want to get to in the season?
In an ideal world, you'd want to get to Grand Champ, but I don't know if that's super obtainable. So nice shot.
Good shot.
So I mean, because I'm like a champ 1 and 3s, and in 2s I flirt between Diamond 3 and champ 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, can I interject here,
Sure.
Mike? Do you want to say anything about the left goes fail that Takeout just had?
I was talking.
Well,
I know Mike feels strongly about this. I know he does.
I do.
And if you see, I pulled off.
I'm a left goes kind of guy, but I thought I saw the I got it in chat there.
Okay.
That's, to me, if you see
Overrules.
if somebody throws the I got it out, then you definitely want to, you want to honor that.
Okay.
But yes, left goes, absolutely. So I mean, obviously, we're playing up higher ranks here. It's definitely going to be a difficult challenge, and I think it's good to kind of note what these guys are doing. That's that's working well against us, right? But they're trying to make a pretty concerted effort to pass the ball around to each other, to keep those rotations tight, and obviously makes it a little bit more difficult when we aren't making the most of our possessions here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we only have 3 shots to their 10.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say who has those 3 shots. I'm just saying as a team.
That's a good move up there to try to pass it across. That's the right look in that situation.
You got that, Mike?
This guy's yeah, good.
Was that a fake save that you were pulling off there?
Some mind games. Mind games are an important thing.
I missed that lesson. It is now time for T-Now's biggest test, as him and Krager head into ranked 2s. Now fortunately, I was able to get T-Now to record their games, so let's look at a few highlights of what happened.
Mechanics are great, and that's really that's something that's important. But if you can really focus on your rotations and positioning, that's gonna help you out quite a bit, because you're wanting to improve offensively, and I think obviously a big part about being able to take those extra shots and be ready for that kind of stuff is being in the right position, right? And a good save there. Is being in the right position and being able to receive those passes that are coming across. Or likewise setting your teammate up for the ones that are coming at you here. And twos is going to be a little bit more difficult for us with
I don't know, I feel like I have very terrible luck with solo queuing.
Sure. Yeah, it can be a rough world out there. Definitely can. See, good job keeping the pressure on here. So I don't want to challenge too much, because I know you're kind of, you're rotating back, and I'm just sort of trying to shadow him over here.
Yeah, I'm in that.
Okay. Try to keep. Oh, never mind. I got the boost from him, but well, like I think it's mentioned on the page here. Oops, I don't know what I was doing, so I was kind of chatting. This one was, but like kind of like it was mentioned on my Gamers Ready page there. We'll kind of put together some different training regiments and packs that can help. Because at the end of the day, consistency is going to be what really helps you get into some of these. Get into a better position offensively to finish off some of those plays.
Alright, I'm going to continue showing Mike and Krager's second game in the background as we fast forward to the student interview. After playing through the twos games, Coach Mike left the channel to switch back into his regular TNOW Discord account and wait for my signal. Meanwhile, I got the chance to find out what Krager thought of the coaching experience. Alright, Craig, so we're going to keep this short. Overall, good experience?
Yeah.
Did you learn something?
It was pretty good. The 2 games we played, the first one we lost. It was a little bit shaky at the times. You know, you could tell they were a little bit higher. One of them was like I think like a champ 1 or champ 2. So, but it was pretty good. Then the second game, we actually we made the other team quit because I think we're up like 3-0, like a minute and a half left, and the other team just ended up quitting because we just had like that constant pressure going, you know.
Oh, wow.
Scoring. Yeah, it went pretty well.
Is there anything that surprised you about the session?
I was expecting a little bit more like hardball coaching, you know, like a little more like, you know, focusing on the negative. But he did a pretty good job focusing on the positive, like that. A lot of constructive criticism, but on a positive note, you know. It was an enlightening experience.
Okay, so would you be surprised if I told you that Mike has never coached before?
Oh, wow. Yes, I would be very surprised.
Would you be surprised if I told you that Mike is not a GC?
Yeah, I'd be very, very surprised.
So, Craig, I have a confession to make here.
Yeah.
You've just been coached by TNOW. TNOW is the commissioner and caster for Indie Gaming League.
Oh my god.
TNOW, what is your rank? Please tell us.
I'm a PLAT 2.
Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh my goodness.
What the heck, man?
Did you tell him that we beat somebody via forfeit?
Yeah. We beat that some guys 3-0, and they quit.
So TNOW made me playing the game of his life, also talking out his ass the whole time.
Yeah, God. Are you kidding me?
So yeah, we got that gaming profile made on Gamers Ready. It's all fake. I wrote it all.
I saw that and I was all like, geez, $60 an hour? Like, come on, dude. Like, kids don't have this kind of money, man.
So, Krager, you're an awesome sport,
You
man.
placeboed me. You placeboed me.
What I am gonna do for you is I have purchased 2 hours of actual coaching with a Gamers Ready coach named Hootie Hoo,
Oh, wow.
and I'm gonna give that to you. You can double check and make sure he's real, but you are gonna get some coaching because I know you've talked about it, and it can be pricey. So I have actually purchased that for you already as kind of a reward for playing along here and getting pranked.
I gotta say, like, was he like on someone else's account? Is that how we were playing?
That's part. Yeah, that's part of
Yeah.
it.
I was like, what the heck? Like,
Was there okay?
'cause
2 questions.
It played well. First of all, it played out perfectly because he's all like, you know, oh yeah, I'm talking. You know, I'm like not really much. Like, oh yeah, that makes 100% sense. No big deal. Like,
So I'm gonna ask you, TNOW, was there any part, especially during your twos games, where you thought, okay, he's gonna know? Do you think? Did you play it well? Do you think you played it well?
I think I played it well enough, but there's a lot of times where I was just like stuck under the ball and didn't really know what to do. And I was really
I can think back to like a couple times. I'm like, wow, he's kind of stuck under the ball. But like, you're like so focused on like, man, I want to like be aggressive and like, you know, like this coach is trying to see what I'm trying to do. So you're like tunnel vision. Like,
It's a mind game. It's a mind game. And everything you've been told and showed, it shows that he's a GC coach, right? So
you honeypotted me.
I did. So that basically you're saying most of the time that didn't really enter your mind. Like you noticed a few things, but you thought, hey, this guy's coaching.
Not even. No, I wish I could lie and say like, oh yeah, like I totally had an inkling. Nope, just totally like hook, line, and sinker. Like, oh yeah, this is just like happening. You know, I'm with the GC coach.
But really, I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff I told you is valid. I'm not going to put together any training packs or anything, but you definitely were putting yourself in a good position a lot of times, and it's just working on that consistency.
He's still trying to coach you.
Well, I mean, like, I think what helped is the fact that you are a caster, so like your job is to watch these high level players, so you're gonna like understand a lot of that, like, so.
He was a perfect person for this role.
I mean, and I've always said, those who cannot do, coach.
Oh, there you go.